Hello, beautiful stitchers, and welcome to Muffy's Monday. The name of this channel is Muffy's Stitch Club, and I always start out with cross stitch news. So what's going on in the cross stitch world? Today is Monday, June 15th, 2026. The first bit of news is that the Just Cross Stitch Halloween special collector's issue for 2026 released. If you're interested in Halloween and you like Just Cross Stitch magazine, definitely check this out. I accessed this magazine and read it completely on my iPad through an app I have called Libby, L-I-B-B-Y. And I get the app free, and my library provides me access to it. And so there are a bunch of magazines and audiobooks and ebooks that I get on this app through my library. And if you're not sure if your library has access to Libby, just ask your librarian about that, about the Libby app. I was able to read the whole magazine on the Libby app. It's a great Halloween special collector's issue. Absolutely fantastic. I highly recommend it. The next bit of news is that the Lola Museum After Midnight Sale is in full swing. And this sale is a natural history museum scene, and so you might have seen different cross stitchers stitching it. It has a few different kind of like small rooms, and then I'm sure there are going to be items added to those rooms in the museum. And then along the top is like a prehistoric creature that's like a skeleton. It's really interesting. They're going to do, I think, weekly releases through September for that sale. And there's more information though on the Lola Crow website if you're interested in joining the sale or getting those patterns. The next bit of news is that Primrose Cottage had their Free Stitch Friday for the month of June, and it was Patriotic. So really fun. If you haven't subscribe to the Primrose Cottage newsletter on their website, I highly recommend it because they give a free pattern out every single month in their Free Stitch Friday newsletter. Next bit of news is that Color and Cotton store, the physical store Color and Cotton, moved. I looked at where they moved and it's only 2.3 miles from their previous location. So they're still in Baldwin, Missouri, which is a suburb of St. Louis, Missouri. Color and Cotton is one of those places that I think a lot of cross stitchers would love to go to. I haven't found anywhere that sells Color and Cotton in person. I think the Color and Cotton store is the only place that sells it in person. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I even was talking to a cross stitch store owner, and she said, "Oh no, the LNSs can't get Color and Cotton fabric. So if you want to see it in person, your only option is to go to the Color and Cotton store in Baldwin, Missouri." Yeah, it's been on the list of cross stitch stores I've wanted to go to, but it's a long trip from Wisconsin, so maybe someday. All right, projects. I'm going to start out actually by showing you though that I made like project display boards. So these are for displaying my projects. I feel more official using this on Flosstube. My mom is a minimalist and she is so smart and thrifty. I got a large size poster board of this, which is foam board, and I cut it into 4. So this is 1/4 of the poster board. And then I said, oh, I need to like get this quilt batting. I need to cover the edges with fabric. And she said, why don't you just cover it with tape, like some nice washi tape? Or I ended up going with duct tape. So this is white duct tape. And it's not perfectly straight across the edges. That's okay. It's white. You really can't tell. I like it a lot. The duct tape is from Walmart. The foam board was from Myers, which is a store in the Midwest. All right. The first project that I have is a freebie, and it is from the Silver Creek Samplers website. And the Silver Creek Samplers always have these beautiful lettering. So this is called Do Everything in Love. You can just download it from their website. It's 3 called for DMCs. I just have a little bit more to go. I have to do a few more hearts in pink. but I love like the O and how it swirls, and I just think it is a beautiful pattern. I saw someone finish it on Instagram and they finished it in the shape of a heart, and I think that was such a good idea. The next pattern I have is I call it my cross stitch club pattern. It is because I like to do the fill-in during club. So it's called Curious Bunny by Teresa Kogut. And I got this kitted up at a store called Tomorrow's Heirlooms outside of Chicago, Illinois. And I'm sure if you call the store Tomorrow's Heirlooms, they'll help you kit this up too. They have a model in the store of this. And it is this beautiful bunny that I'm filling in. It's on 20 count linen, Weeks Dye Works, in the color Kudzu. And I'm using these beautiful Dinky Dye Jumbuck product, which is a yarn. So I'm just using 1/2. It's a yarn that is 50% wool, 50% silk. The next pattern is a Primrose Cottage pattern, and it is called Strawberry Quilt. And it's small, and I wanted to make it even smaller. And so while it's a 32 count called for, I'm doing it on 20 count blush Aida. And I'm using the called for, so I'm gonna make it even smaller. I'm using the called for, except I used regular white instead of B5200, but I don't know, I might try B5200 and just see how that is. It's a repeating pattern, and I really like it. All right, so those are my projects I was working on, and then I have the book recommendation. I'm a librarian. I love to recommend books. A book that this is what I'm currently reading. It's called Earl Crush by Alexandra Vasti. And I'll read you a part of the description on the back. Don't read the whole description on the back if you don't want to, like a spoiler. So, for 3 years, Wallflower heiress Lydia Hope Wallace has anonymously penned seditious pamphlets, and for almost as long she's corresponded with a reclusive Earl of Strathronach. When Arthur's latest letter reveals his dire financial straits, Lydia sets out for Scotland to offer them the only salvation she can think of, a marriage of convenience to herself. But the real Earl has no idea who she is. When a bewitching stranger offers him her hand in marriage, Arthur Baird is stunned. I would stop there and actually read the book if you're interested in it. It's called Earl Crush by Alexandra Vasti. All right. Last bit of news or information is just that I'm going to try to post videos for Muffy's Stitch Club on Mondays, so you can remember Muffy's on Mondays. And then also, if you're interested in doing like a Zoom version of Muffy's Stitch Club, just comment below that you're interested in doing a Zoom and meeting and chatting and stitching together. And lastly, if you have like cross stitch news that you want to share, you can also comment below. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I appreciate your time. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I will see you next week.